Oh, we have got an old razor today. We're just going to do this edge test today. I've actually shaved with this before. It was a bit of a fail. So it's been in my drawer, just waiting for its turn. It's a really old Stubby, look, lovely, beautiful Stubby on it, and it's London made. So it's quite a rare-ish sort of Stubby as well. Like you don't get many stamped with London made. Well, I kind of guessed that you did, but whether they survived is a different matter altogether. Really dainty scales, really match it beautifully. And it's H. Williams, and I'm still yet to find out much about this. I had another look, but I will delve into it as best as I can. I'm going to use some different browser and stuff. And there's my backup, because you never know, we might need it today. We've got this rather lovely Joseph Rogers and Sons. I rescaled this. Beautiful etching on it. It says Joseph Rogers and Sons #1 start and cross razor. And if you know me at all, you know I'm a big fan of Joseph Rogers for very obvious reasons. They probably made some of the best Sheffield razors ever. Them and a couple more. Right, today I'm going to be shaving with Mysore sandalwood. Get the old vintage out today. Fancy a nice little bit of sandalwood fun. And I'm just going to be shaving with the old Chubby 2 synthetic. my fingers healed a bit. Let's try and... It's not flapping around anymore, and it's sealed at least, so... One razor, if you didn't see my other video. It was called an insulation saw. Don't put your hand behind the insulation when you're chopping it. Rushing around, sitting around on the deck trying to chop little poxy bits of insulation in so they fit in their little tiny slots around all the noggins and bits of timber, instead of doing it up on my sort of trestles or anything. Hey presto, you cut yourself. Lucky really, got away with it, didn't go through a nerve or anything, so you always got to count yourself a bit lucky if you don't go through a nerve. I'm excited to shave with it though. I sold one of my stubbies a couple of weeks ago, well, a week ago, whatever it was. A bit more than that actually, yeah, when I think about it. To one of my sort of, well, I guess I can call him a bit of a regular. He buys the odd razor off me every few months and whatnot. He's a really nice bloke and whatnot. He's bought some really nice razors off me over the years, but yeah, he's bought one of my Kingsbury razors. I fixed the scales on it, did my micro peening thing. Just trying to get a bit more lava with this today. And he actually got it shaving relatively easy, because I did a tiny bit of work on it, like a tiny, what you could call a bit of bevel setting. But then I just put it back in my drawer, because it was at the same time I was playing around with that one, and I kind of basically realised you've got to have a lot of free time to really put your time into those stubbies. So I decided I'm going to sell some of mine, because I've got too many just to keep lying around. But I've got another Kingsbury and I'm going to keep that. It's just beautiful. And if you don't know anything about Kingsbury, he was a gentleman in London from, I think it was like the let's test my memory, from about 1780, 1770. And then he went to 1830 odd. But in the 1790s, so he must have been born a bit before that, because it was 1797, I believe, that he wrote the treatise on razors. So if you imagine he was 30 years, yeah, he was probably... And it's a really interesting read. You can find it on archive.org. You can download it as a PDF. You can actually buy it as a book as well, but you can get it free, so you might as well just go and have a look at it. But it's got some really valuable information on it. It really has. Even like about the weight of razors, grind profiles, everything, man. You know, that was all the way back then. They really knew their stuff. It's got a really good, interesting section on stropping, and really, really good. I've read it about twice now, and I will be reading it again. Oh, it's quite a good lava today with this. I was a bit, because I got used to some of my other ones. I had my mop chopped as well, if you can tell. My old wife sorted me out a bit. Dare I say, made me look a little bit more handsome. Money playing. You always look a bit better when you had your hair cut though, don't you, if you let it go a bit moppy. a good lather on that now, nice and thick. I've got, this is 8 days growth, this is. Just been busy at work and stuff. Like I've said before, I'm very willing to wait for my shaves now, and I nearly got a shave in 3 days ago, but then something just happened, so we didn't. Got busy with it doing something else. But I don't really like it going to 8 days. 5 days is somewhere near my nice bit. Let's have a little look. Alright, and we've got it, haven't we? We've got it. Cool, this razor's had some hours on it, I tell you. But because it's so old, I've tried to be so very gentle with it, and it's paid off. It's had a full day's work on it, let's put it that way. But it's worth it. It's shaving. This is my first. If I was going to put a date on this, which is quite hard, it might be late 1700s, like 1790s. It could be, but I'd say it was more 1810, 20s, but maybe not into the 30s. Lovely. Actually bloody works, I'm chuffed. Yeah, it's like I said, it's my first proper stubby shave really. Yeah, considering it's having to deal with a lot of gruff there, it is ploughing through it. Not tugging at all. On the HHT, it was a tiny bit lacking on the toe area, but it was popping them as well. But it was just, I was watching a video the other day and I never knew about this. There's actually a number system for the HHT. I never knew this. I was watching it, I was like, oh my god, I totally didn't know that. And if I was going to say it was a number, I'd say it was a 3 to 4. Nearly lost it, didn't I? Nearly lost the lather in. Had a lot on it though. I'm having to concentrate a little bit more, it's a bit thin. But I must say, it's actually it's pretty decent to hold still. Even though it's very dainty, sometimes I struggle with some of the dainty, especially like this, because this is really thin. I don't know if you can really see it, but it's really, really thin on the shank area. Yeah, so I'm having to concentrate a little bit more. My angle went off a few times, sort of correcting that. But the toe is perfect, man. Seriously. Even though it won't really pop in nice as I expect, it's a silent popper as well. This is really like no sound on the HHT. It's quite interesting. I'll strop it afterwards and I'll add a little editing. Lovely, man. super chuffed. Super beautiful Stubby. 200-year-old. It's got to be. It's got to be at least 200-year-old. You know, we're in 2025 now. And if I was going to say it was after 1825, I'd say probably not, because it's, you know, because it says London made. You see as well, like they started moving a lot of the razor cutlery works up to Sheffield by then. But yeah, I'll try and find out some more about it. I really will. I'll put some more hours into it, and I've got a couple of other razors that I'm a bit stumped on, so we'll have a look. Beautiful though, man. It is really one of the prettiest stubbies I've ever seen. If it was a bit bigger, it'd be like the dream stubby to me. But it's still a good size for an old stubby. Just lovely. Super chuffed. Oh dear, I don't want to do that. Oh God, dropped it on the floor. Yeah, it's alright. Right, I'm going to go and get on with that. I'm going to do one pass today. Let's have a little feel. I felt it there. It's really, really smooth. And it always amazes me, and I know I've said this before in other videos, like the lads, the men that were making this steel for these sort of like era of razors, it really was done on sensory stuff. You know what I mean? They never had all of this gadgetry to test the ore, to test this, to test that. Everything was done by hand, eye, sound, you know, smells, everything. It really was. And it just amazes me. It really does. Like the level of skill that those gentlemen must have had in the work environments. But they still loved it, you know what I mean? Gave them full on purpose. Every day they left work knowing that they'd made some beautiful steel that was going to get used in marvellous tools. It's actually quite tight and all. It's not as tight as some one passes, but I tell you, that's impressively tight. It's left no hairs behind really, no little gaps or anything. Right, I'm going to love you and leave you. I'm actually going to go and do some honing and stuff now, and I've got some other little bits and bobs. Right, it's a bit of a razor day today. Right, have a good day. See ya. Toodaloo.